Okay, masters. Nice seeing you all. Ready to go for a Pournami meditation. And namaskaram to everyone. And this is, we are every month we are doing, without fail. And it's a great thing that we are doing it. We are able to do it. It's not that great thing we are doing it. We are able to do this. It's all by grace of higher energies and higher self. And without any fail and without any interruption, we are able to do this. And thank to God. Um, so every Pournami, we keep talking a half an hour and new things about the Pournami and the Pournami meditation, isn't it? So today, we talk few things like what we should not do during the Pournami days. Okay. So, as all of you know, that a full moon means 100% is a moon phase, it is visible. 100% of moon is visible to you, isn't it? So that is called full moon. So during this full moon thing, we every time we are talking about, the moon rays are so close to the earth and it pulls energies up, especially the water, especially wherever the water is there, it pulls the energies up, the through water. So since the human body also made up of, with the water, and our energies also pulls up. We will connect to higher energies. There is every chances of connecting to higher energies. So that is why the Pournami meditation is very important to do, because very easily we'll connect to the higher energies, right? So other days we have to really do some practice. So wherever we are, suppose if we are in a medium range of energies, when we do sadhana, you will connect to the higher energies. If people are at lower energies, they should do little more sadhana to connect to the higher energies. But during Pournami days, irrespective of whoever are there at whatever the energy level, it pulls up. So during that time, so how our mindset should be, that is most important thing. Suppose if we are doing same nonsense routinely during a Pournami days also, that nonsense only will be pulled up. So that is what we should know, what to do, what not to do. Okay, so sitting in the Pournami meditation, but thought wise, if we are going on in the same nonsense, there's no use and it gives adverse effect also. So, what we need to do? Okay, number one, if you are wishing something, so you should not afraid of your wish. Whether it happens or it doesn't happen, who knows? Such kind of a doubt should not be there. One should not afraid of their wish not becoming true. Okay, if you are really wishing, if you are really serious about it, then only you wish for it. Really serious about it, then only you wish for it without any doubt and without any fear. This is most important. Otherwise wish, keep the wish aside. That fear, that doubt, those lower energies will be there, right? So that will keep repeating, and also that will become more, because as I told you, the moon, it pulls the energies up, whatever the energies you have, isn't it? So during that time, if you start generating unnecessary things, and those things will become more, and also at every Pournami it will start repeating. So that is why when you are wishing something, just be firm and make sure that you want it. Make sure that you are serious about it. If you want to learn something during the Pournami days, be serious about it. If you want to do something, be serious about it. Then only you'll wish for it. But not with the doubt, not with the fear, not with any kind of thing. Okay. So this is most important. Yeah. Yeah. So because Pournami days is very important, as I always tell you, because if you attract good luck, if you want to attract good luck into your life, so this is very, very important. That is not attracting to the doubt or fear, any kind of low quality energies, especially when you are wishing for something, when you are serious about something. Because human mind is like, it's always wavering. You want to be good. Of course, you always wish for the good things for yourself. But exactly at the same time, the logic brain will be there. It always try to dissect. That's the problem. So when you want to wish something, then immediately the logic brain will come into the feature and it will start dissect. Who knows? It may happen, it may not happen. What if it happens? Can I do this? Really? That's it. Enough. Forget about the wish. So these are the things very, very important. Not afraid of your wish, not becoming the true. And second thing is disputes. Okay. Disputes should not occur during the full moon. Never and ever. You never and ever indulge yourself into disputes. If somebody is trying to bring dispute, then immediately you cut off from that. You cut off yourself from that, especially during the thing. Because, once that dispute comes, what happens is automatically your logic brain will start working on you. Then automatically your brain will start dissecting whether, whatever, even you do a good thing, still, what happens is your logic brain will start applying different 101 things to the same thing. Whatever you are doing or whatever you are thinking, it is a regular mechanism of brain. There is nothing wrong. So that is why you should be careful not to indulge yourself into the disputes. You cannot tell your brain, "Hey, brain, don't do that. You cannot do this," because that is the mechanism of the brain. Then who should be careful? You should be careful enough. If somebody is trying to pick up a fight with you, you should be careful. When somebody is bringing a dispute with what you did or what you speak or something, whatever, you should be careful. Oh, this is a Pournami time. If you are stabilized at higher energies, sometimes the nature also, what it does, it gives you a small tests. So through those tests, you will understand what level you are in. Okay? If somebody is bringing some dispute in front of you during the Pournami day time, if you are carried away with that, that means you did not stabilize yourself at the higher energies or at a higher soul level. We are all trying to do that, right? We are all trying by our level best. We are doing meditations, Pournami meditations, and we are taking classes to others. And if anybody is coming, we are trying to help them. We are giving wisdom, knowledge, by n number of ways. We are in the spiritual path. Whatever the things there in the spiritual path, we are doing it. So since we are doing it, the nature also will give you a opportunity to know about yourself, right? There's nothing wrong. So it brings some dispute. And now it is ball is in your court. Now ball is in your court. And see how you carry away, how you handle that. If you carry away with that, that means still you are not established yourself at a higher dimension. So how much you carried away? For example, 0 to 10 scale. So where you are? Some dispute is right in front of you. Did you carry away with the dispute 50%? 30% or 70% or all 95%? At least you will come to know about yourself. So even such kind of negative things happen in your way, you turn it in a otherwise to use for yourself. See, that is the suggestion I can give. So, okay. So what I need to do? Don't carry away. Don't get into that lower energies and don't feel bad, or don't as before. Don't do anything. So use that opportunity in a positive way and try to use that to understand what level you are in. So how long you are carried away? Half an hour? 1 hour? Or how much you carried away? So did you find any wisdom out of it? Did you understand the surroundings using that? Did you understand anything? What exactly happening using that small dispute brought by someone? Try to, try to escalate yourself wisdom wise or intelligence wise. So that is how we should be during Pournami days, all 7 days. Or otherwise, as I said, it will turn totally into negative path. It drags you into negative path. So that is why either you should not get into such scenarios, or by any chance, if you do, then use that in a different way, in a positive way. Or avoid. It's up to you how good you are, either in the avoiding or using in different way. Next, the third one is do not concentrate on negativity. Okay, this is already covered into that. Yeah, you should never and never focus on the negativity. So how come, Andy? How come I should not focus? When people are doing this, people are doing that. You will have 101 complaints. So I already said how to use it in a different way. So that is how you should use. Don't bother about people do this, do that, because everybody suffer with this kind of things only. Everybody suffer with this kind of a negativity, positive, because during a Pournami days, as I said in the beginning, so whatever the energies they are in, at times that will be pulled up. Suppose if they are in the position, doubt everybody, or doubt, or with the doubting, or some kind of fear, some kind of a jealous or envy or intimidation, or any of the low quality energies is running in there at times. It's not that people will be like that all the time, but sometimes everybody will be catched up by the negative energies. So the Pournami came, it pulled up, and it became more, and it came into your way. So now it is your call how to use them. So do not focus on the negativity, okay? Because if you focus on the negativity, what happens is that it destroys your aura. It's not that your aura completely become weak, but it will it will make holes. That negative energies will make holes in your aura. So then it will start enter into your aura. Your aura might be very positive and very happy. You are happy, positive, and all that stuff. But when you invite the negativity, how the negativity will work on your aura, it makes holes. Then it will enter into that. So then after that, what happens is you will start exactly thinking how other person thinking. You will start irritate. You will start getting irritated exactly how other person will get irritated. Or you will start fighting exactly how other person is trying to fight with you. These are all happens exactly, you will start carrying away along with the situations which are not true. As long as those energies are around that place, that situation exists. Once that those energies are gone or they're out of that place, those situations will not be there. So those situations are not true. It's just illusion, Maya. See? Once that Maya has gone completely from you and from your other party, then again both of you will start laughing and making jokes and enjoy and all that stuff. Okay, so this is what happens exactly. So don't believe what is happening outside. These are all illusion. So that's the thing. So may keep safe your aura. So yeah. So next thing is, fifth one is, so do not think about bad experience from the past. That is another thing. Okay. Any of the bad experiences could be in your office, could be in the home, or could be the neighbors or anything. Even it is a simple thing. Maybe it is a simple thing. Maybe it is a simple thing. But if you depends on the energy level that you are in, because though that energy level will be pulled up by the moon, right? And that will become more. When once that is more, even a small past, that's good enough to get flared up. So since it's all completely like energy based. See, money, we always think that money is the greatest thing. It's a currency, but the more than money, the energy is the greatest thing. So that is the currency of us. That is the currency of us, not the money. Actually, money playing very small role actually, but energy, all the time energy plays a big roles in our life. Because of these energy fluctuations only we lose money. Otherwise, money won't lose. Otherwise, money won't leave you. Money always good. So we lose money when our energies are getting fluctuated. Okay. So our currency is actually, our main currency is energy, not the money. Okay. So do not think any of the past. Even it happened just a week ago. Okay. Forget it for that moment. During the Pournami days, just forget during those days. And don't let those memories or knowledge hurt you during the full moon meditation. One full moon days. After full moon days, maybe you can bring it back. It may not hurt that much. It's not good anytime. But it's not good anytime to bring the past hurt. But during the full moon days, it is much more. Okay. So that is what it is. So fulfilling a negative thought and reopening those problems again and thinking again is not at all. It is a no. It's a big no during full moon days. And the sixth one is detain continuously from overeating and drinking. So it is kind of a fasting, like, either you can fast is good. Suppose there are people they cannot fast, eat very light food, light diet. So that is very important, because that will detain. Because see, the food also, like, because the energies will, as the moon energies keeps working on you. The keeps working on you. Okay. So when it is working on you, what work it does? It cleanse. Okay. It will balance you, balance your panchabhutas, balance all your seven bodies. It balances your chakras and everything. It's a cleansing will keep going on. So during that time, like, cleansing, if by any chance, if you also help to those energies, like, taking liquid diet, keep taking liquid diet, and, try to, purify your physical body, you know, with some liquid diet which has medicinal properties, it's good. It's good. You give extra help. You're giving extra help to your body and the soul, and then no thoughts to your soul. You know, this kind of things we can do by ourselves. So this is important. Eating, drinking, and thinking, and all that stuff. So seventh one is you should not forget to clean any of the spiritual things in your home, like a home or aura, your aura or home aura, or like if you have any crystals, during these days, it's very important to clean them up. Okay, so that is how we keep ourselves. And see, when we are sitting in your home is like your body. Okay, how your soul and all your soul and all protected by this body, and this body just like that house also protects you, isn't it? So house and body both are more or less similar. So how you clean yourself, the same way you keep your home also clean, and crystals clean, or any of the spiritual things that you have in the home clean. So that is important, and you should not keep them like the same way. Then what happens is, whatever the energies, all the whole month, whatever the energies you generated, the crystals will, what happens is it will pull towards them. That's why you have to keep them clean during the Pournami days. That's always good. Otherwise, otherwise, those energies will keep existing in your home. So that's what it is. So next, the second, last one is do not worry. Do not worry for anything. So worrying thoughts, what happens? It will attract exactly what you worry about. Suppose you're worrying about your job, then automatically, uh, the job problems, you will start attracting towards the problems during the job. Or if you're worrying about, somebody, the same somebody will start giving you worry. Okay. You're worrying, it is not the question of that somebody. What you generated during that time, you're generating worry. It is not the question of somebody. That's forget it. The third person. It's between. It is all internally what is happening within you. It is the same thing. It is the other person also. If that person is started worrying about you, if that person started envying about you, so the Pournami, what it does is it pulls up that envy in them. Since it is generated towards you, automatically it comes to you. Did you understand now? So that is what happens. It is not the question of all the time you are generating negative things. Even other person generating negative things about you during this time. The moon energy, either you or him or her, doesn't matter. It pulls up all those energies. Since it is on your name, somebody is generating on your name, it automatically it comes to you. So then you should know how to avoid that, or you should know how to use it. Either you avoid or you use for your sake. Turn into positive thing. So that depends on your mental ability. So that is how, during the full moon days, we should be able to spend our time. So we should be alert. We don't know what comes from where. So that is what it is. So, okay, now it is 7 o'clock, masters. So we will start doing the meditation. And after this meditation, our external speaker will come. So, Koti Garu will come. So meanwhile, we start doing the meditation, okay, for 2 hours. And could you please get ready? Okay, masters. Keep your spine erect. And sit down comfortably. Clasping your fingers, crisscross your legs. Be in a thoughtless state, masters. Relax your body, masters. Droop your eyes, droop your cheeks, droop your shoulders. Just no tension in any part of your body. Be in the thoughtless state. Thoughtless state means when you close your eyes, when you close your eyes, you should not see any shapes or any faces of anybody. Just blank. That's thoughtless state. To bring yourself to that state properly, take a deep breath. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly exhale your breath through mouth. While you're exhaling, relax your body. Shall we do it again? Take a deep breath. Inhale. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Exhale through mouth. While exhaling, relax your body. Again, inhale. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Relax some more your body. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Okay, masters. We are accessing cosmic positive divine energies. Imagine the light energies, the bright light energies, the golden rays healing energies, life energies flowing over you, masters. Imagine like a huge waterfalls. And these energies are comprised of various divine guru powers, various divine angelic powers, various divine souls powers, masters. Just soak yourself, drench yourself into these energies, masters. Let all these energies fill your aura. Imagine your aura, huge aura, kilometers till kilometers away. And eventually these energies are entered into all 7 bodies, into every cell, in the spaces between the cells, into the cell, into nucleus, then into the DNA code. The divine positive energies are freely flowing from aura to all 7 bodies. While they are flowing, they removed the toxic energies, negative energies, no longer serve energies, incomplete energies from all 7 bodies and aura, and kicked out of your aura and bodies, masters. and positive divine energies destroyed the negative aspects of those energies. The purified energies mixed into the nature. Now, in aura and in all seven bodies, the divine positive energies, the moon, Pournami moon energies are continuously flowing. And you imagine you are sitting in a bright energy globe and doing meditation. The Pournami energies are surrounded that bright energy globe. Why are these energies? We all connected with the brightest energies of the Purnatma, the higher self. All divine Purnatmas, the higher selves, we are connected into. While you are doing meditation, your antardrishti should be upwards, never and ever connected to the downwards energies masters. Okay, masters. From high energies, try to come back to the normal state of mind, masters. Take your time. Slowly and gently, try to come back to the normal state of mind. Let's thank to positive divine energies, Pournami energies, and all divine gurus, divine angels, and divine souls who are all meditated along with us and going to meditate along with us. They continue throughout our program. Let's thank to the 5 elements and the nature. Let's thank to our parents and the society. Let's also thank to our all 7 bodies masters. We had a wonderful meditation. Now we are going to have a wisdom shared by Koti sir. Take your palms and keep it on your eyes. And take inhalation in a natural way and exhalation. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly and gently open your eyes and look at your palms with a smile. Okay, masters. So Koti sir is in another program. It will be done in 2 minutes and he will be here anytime. So until then, we'll talk about a few things. So I would like to share few things about, probably most of you know about this. It's a wisdom from the 4 agreements. Did you see my book? It's a small book, right? Actually, it's a big book will be there on this. But I bought the brief one. Okay. So let's talk about this. So what are those 4 agreements? So why we have to, follow these four agreements. What is so special about it? Okay. So these are called Toltec Siddhantas also. And this is written by Don Miguel Ruiz, the author. So what is this about? So what is this a Toltec? So basically, thousands of years ago, this is a Toltecs. Like, these people are southern Mexicans. Southern part of the Mexicans, they live towards the southern parts. So what they were having is, this is like, they follow the nature. That's it. They don't have any god or goddess or anything. They just follow the principles of nature. That's it. So those principles, they understand. See that, in those years, thousands of years ago, they understand the nature very well. We are sitting and reading the books and we are trying to understand the nature years together. But those people, they are not, I mean, maybe they are, their education is different. That's the thing. Their education is different. Our way of education is different. So thousands of years ago, this was known throughout southern Mexico as, what they were calling is, this Toltec Siddhantas, they were calling women and men of knowledge. Look at the terminology, they're using it. Women and men of knowledge. All right. Now Koti sir is here. So hello sir, how are you?
Namaste, Gautami ji. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So that's very nice. Like, you finished one program and you jumped into our program. It is
Yes,
so
yes.
hectic. It's like
Gautami ji, I have this yoga program every day at the same time, actually. So,
yoga means like, what kind of yoga you teach?
no, I don't teach actually. It is like a morning sessions in India that I participate in.
Oh,
So, it
uh-huh.
is like a regular, yeah, Surya Namaskaras and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Very good. That's very important also for health.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's cool. And so it's all yours. And could you please tell a little bit about yourself? And hello, everybody. Say hello to Koti sir. So he is going to share his wisdom with us today, and it's a great pleasure for us. So could you please open your windows, please? Ramakrishna sir is here. Romila Singh and hello. Yeah,
Hello, folks. You all know me actually.
I know.
You don't need any introduction, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Koti. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I am basically a L1 graduate from Spiritual Tablets. I am actually the student of Chandra Modali and Ramakrishna sir. I think from my perspective, uh, one wife and two kids from my personal side.
Oh,
The
So
elder
happy it's
one,
just one wife
one wife.
and two kids.
there you go. It is not reverse actually.
Thank
So
God.
that's, that's an important stuff.
Yeah.
Ramila ji has been staying with me for too long, so she's becoming more naughtier. So that's good. So yeah, my elder one is in New York. She is doing her, I think, job in Amazon. The
Okay.
younger one is in the pre-med education at this point from Texas A&M.
Very nice.
So that's a brief from my side, folks. So with that said, I think we can start the session, right, Gautami ji?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So let me see. Can you make me a presenter, Gautami ji?
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Okay. So can you guys see my screen, folks?
Yep.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So I prepared few slides. I think we can, it gives a structure for us to walk through. So we can get started with this one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, today is the October 5th, 2025. Will be, I think you already know about the law of karma, but I will be giving you little pointers where you can take some of the things with you. The first thing is that we all know that it's a law of cause and effect. I think it's a universe's balancing between us and our actions that we perform. So why we have to balance karma, and then what is the thing that is hidden within this karma? We'll get to know more in detail here. So I think one of the things that we need to know is that it always responds through, but I think it's a cosmic in delay mode. It may be a cosmic delay mode, but any action that we perform has an equivalent and opposite reaction. So that is one thing that the Newton's third law comes in picture here. For every action, there is an equivalent reaction there. So with that background, I think we can dive a bit deeper into the karma. Before we go too deep into the karma theory itself, let's see what my Guruji, Sri Adi Shankaracharya, has given us as I think, Vairagya Dindima. In his Vairagya Dindima, he gave us this sloka. Janma Dukkham, Jara Dukkham, Jaya Dukkham, Punah Punah, Samsara Sagaram Dukkham, Tasmat Jagrata Jagratam. So this is the sloka that Sri Adi Shankaracharya has given us for all of us. So Janma means the birth, right? The birth, the Janma, the name itself is telling us that it is associated with a karma. Okay, we take birth in this earth, or our soul is separated from our higher self because of the karmic influence. Each life we begins because of the unfinished karmas from the previous life. That is the root of everything. So, without knowing that truth, we get into the Arshad Vargas, all these kinds of different kinds of attachments here within us. And being born in a particular family, a body, a type of body, circumstances is all associated with our prarabdha karma. We will look at the karma types in a bit, but Janma is associated with the birth. Jara, when we talk about Jara, right, it's about the old age. When we talk about the old age, the body weakens, the energy levels deplete, the karmic imprints ripe at that point. So our physical and energetic memories become active at that point. So we tend to get weak. The pain, disease, decline, all these karmic lessons that we are supposed to experience, most of the people experience during their old ages because the body is weak at that point, the diseases come out, the weaknesses come out, they don't have enough strength, all those things. So Sri Adi Shankaracharya said that Janma is associated with the suffering, old age is also associated with the suffering. Jaya Dukkham. Jaya has multiple meanings, but if we refer to the Jaya, I think it is associated with a family or a samsara, and it is also considered to be a cycle of birth and death. That is another one. So when we look at this from a Jaya perspective, I think we kind of take birth again and again. Punah Punaha, we take the birth again and again to experience these sorrows in a way. That's what the essence of this sentence is, Jaya Dukkam. So I think samsara sagaram dukkam. So when the jiva ultimately leaves the body, right? It is all associated with um, the sorrow, the grief, the all kinds of um, things that they remember from the current life, the karmas that they did, the bad karmas, the sufferings that they went through, the struggles that they went through. At the time of death, Antyakale Mahadukkam. That is what Adi Shankaracharya was saying us, that at the ending of the, I think, leaving this body, we experience the Mahadukkha. That is a essence of it. So he is telling us Tasmat Jagrata Jagrata. In a way, he is saying that, hey, fellow beings, wake up, understand what this life is all about. What is this suffering? Where is this coming from? Is this a karma or is this a punishment? Realize the truth. So that's what he was saying us, that um, birth is misery, old age is misery, family death is a misery, and entire life is associated with the struggles. So we need to awaken ourselves, realize the truths, and the essence behind this life is the essence of this sloka. With that background, I think we can jump into the karma theory at this point. Okay, so when we talk about karma, right, we often associate karma with a negativity. That means when we talk to not to the advanced meditators, but when you talk to a regular person, they always see karma is associated with a negative. Something bad happens, they think that it is because of karma that they are having. They think that karma is something which was forced onto them. They don't see that their actions are coming back to them. So that is the funniest part of all the things that we realize, that the people say my planetary positions are incorrect because of my kundali, being afflicted. I am having all these situations. I had to go through struggles. This person has a evil eye on me. So we kind of go towards those kind of blamings that we go through. But as a neutral person, when we look at this from a, I think, scale perspective, the scale is like a wind, right? The wind doesn't have any flavor to it. When it goes besides the rose garden, for example, the wind carries the fragrance associated with the rose. At the same time, if the same wind passes through a garbage pile, it carries the same disgusting odor with it, right? The wind itself is not associated with either the fragrance of rose or the disgusting odor from the dustbin. So these two are not impacting the wind, but the fragrance that is coming with the wind, we are getting affected with it. Okay, so with that analogy, I think if you look at the wind itself, the fragrance that we associate, the fragrance in the sense, our thoughts, our words, our actions, all these things becomes the attachments to the wind. And the wind that blows us carries these kind of odors, whether it is a fragrance that comes up as positive or the odor that comes from the dustbin. Both of them carry the same thing, but karma is unaffected by this. Okay, in a neutral way, I think karma is a law that ensures every thought, every word, every action returns to the person who it is initiated. So, initiated by. So, if a person has a anger that comes up, the person who initiated it had to face that same kind of consequences either from his boss or from somebody else. Where are these coming from? These are coming from our energetic imprints that we encircle back to us. So when we emit a kind of thought, negative thought into the universe again sends it back to us. That is where I think we observe this kind of the negativity there that is coming back to us. For example, if you guys have traveled to Australia or New Zealand, they have boomerangs where they kind of throw it in the wind, and the boomerang goes around the wind and comes back to us in the same pattern that we threw. So karma is similar to that. I think once we throw something, it comes back to us with the same effect here. Okay, so that is in a way that karma takes us here. Okay, so any questions, folks? You guys can stop me if you have a comment or question there.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go into the pattern of where this karma is stored at this point. So we spoke a lot about karma. We all know karma is associated with our actions, thoughts, and words. But where is this stored? Can we access this karma? Can we know what is our purpose of life? So there are 5 places where the karmic influences, karma can be associated with. The first thing is the body, our body right here in this earth, in this right minute. It is associated with a conscious memory, right? The body has, if you have a pain in your hand, or if your belly is aching, that is the experience that you are having immediately. Okay, the somatic memory, it is also called the somatic memory. The body is the first screen where the karma shows up. Okay, in the form of illness, chronic pain, or tension, or any other kind of feelings or experiences that we have. These are not the punishments. One thing to remember, these are not the punishments, but the messages that we are receiving from the universe here. So there is one saying which says that when the mind ignores, the body speaks. This is a very well quoted, I think, form that when we ignore things from our manasic body, then slowly transforms that into our physical body. So I think this is one of the storages that we can see here. The body is a living diary of karma, is what I can say. And it is written by the cells and sensations. Our body is made up of cells, right? And cells have the energies that it carries to various organs to us. And when the cells don't get enough energy, then that organ, specific organ, gets depleted. So, in a way, one of the things that we can take away from this first one, which is the karmic storage of the body, is that the body is a living diary of karma, written in cells and sensations. So, this is our body about. The second one is the karmic hard drive. The karmic hard drive actually is the uh, it is also called the subconscious memory. Okay, the first one is a conscious memory where we experience it immediately. The second one is subconscious memory where we don't know what we have, but it is stored in a seed form somewhere. The soul stores everything in the subconscious mind. The intentions, the emotions, the I think good, bad, everything, all the things that are associated is stored in our subconscious memory. These imprints that we store takes the shape of the feelings, like the desires, the fears, phobias, choices, opinions, judgments, all these things. These are the imprints. Where are these imprints coming from? Our subconscious memory, where we stored everything there. And we unknowingly retrieve them with the impressions that they carry within our subconscious mind. Okay, so the subconscious karmas show as patterns that we cannot explain, because sometimes you go to a top of the hill and you feel pretty scary at that point. You are afraid of getting onto the top of the mountains. Or when you are in a very closed environment, you get kind of scared. When you are talking to someone who is bigger than you or who is superior to you, you kind of feel afraid of it. So, these are the impressions that are carried at some point of time from your subconscious mind, and we cannot explain why those are happening at this point. Why are we afraid of darkness? Why are we afraid of ghosts? Why are we afraid of heights? Different people have different fears. Some people are afraid of the dogs, right? So all those things. So those impressions are carried in our subconscious memory, and those impressions and those memories that we carry in our subconscious memory keeps on repeating. As and when that specific situation comes in, that keeps on repeating, that comes again and again. It gets corrected only when we properly address it. So we take a tablet, right? When we have a bellyache, we take a tablet and the bellyache is gone. When we have some kind of problem, we kind of temporarily ignore it and then make it go away. That won't go away permanently. That goes and resides back in subconscious memory. When the situation comes in again, it repeats. That pattern comes again and again and again. So that is about the soul. The soul resides in our subconscious memory. Or it is one of the storages, I can say. The first one is the body, which is the conscious memory. Second one is the soul, which is the subconscious memory. Okay, the third one, which is our Akashic records. This one, we all know that Akashic records carry our blueprint. For a technology guys, I think it is like a cloud server where is the cloud? We don't know where it is. It could be in Ireland, it could be in UK, it could be in India. We don't know where it is. But you can access it from anywhere. And all the memories that are associated are stored there. So what do we call this? Probably it's a superconscious memory. Okay, the first one is conscious memory, subconscious memory, and this is a superconscious memory where everything resides. Okay, it holds your lifetimes, it holds your details about the ancestral, I think, details. In yoga, it is also called as Chidakasa. Okay, so this word is very famous. I think Chidakasa is one of the very frequently used term in yoga. That means the luminous space in the consciousness, the Chidakasa. Okay, then how can we access this? We can access this with a deep meditation, the intuitions that we receive, and the regression therapies that we go through. These are the three ways that we can access these Akashic records. In a way, Akashic records are the blueprints of why we are here. It gives us the details of why we are here with a prarabdha karma. Okay, in a way, I think Akashic records show that karma is bigger than personal. It is cosmic and interconnected. Okay, that is the Akashic records in a nutshell. It shows our karma, it shows our previous lives, it shows us why we are here, it shows us what lessons that we are supposed to be learning. It has the blueprint, all those details. Okay, it is the superconscious memory is what we can call it. And the fourth one, which is our universe. So when we talk about the universe or planets, right, we often look at our astrological charts. When we look at our astrology charts, we have 12 houses that are associated. And we have 9 planets that are roaming around these 12 houses at different times. We call it as Gochara to check it on a daily basis, and we call it as Kundali chart with the life predictions, right? The planets that are associated with the houses gives us certain influences. For example, if there is a guru placed in your first house, it tells you that you are more inclined towards your wisdom. You are inclined for learning more wisdom. Okay? And if the same guru is associated with a negative planet, for example, a Rahu is a fickle-minded, right? So if guru is associated with Rahu, that means you are inclined towards wisdom that includes the technology, that includes the logical thinking, that includes the analytical processing, and that includes the things that may go against the universe. Okay. Similarly, your sixth house denotes the disease that you are going to carry. Let's say if your Shani is associated in your sixth house, Shani is already a karma karaka. So that means he gives us the karma and we have to experience that. You are already in the disease house. So you are supposed to face certain calamities in your life. The eighth house is associated with your longevity. So if your longevity is not associated with the good planet, then you are supposed to live longer. That means you have to face consequences of what you are. So those kind of things. The 12th house, the same way, is associated with your expenses.
What about
Okay.
seventh house? Anything you know about seventh house?
7th house is associated with your Kalatra Karaka.
Uh-huh.
That means your spouse. So it tells you what kind of qualities your spouse carries. So those kind of things, each house that you carry carries these kind of energies that are associated. At the same time, one thing to note here is these planetary combinations that we are speaking is not just related to your own chart. It is associated with your country, with your city, with your geographical area, your I think community. It is associated with everything. All that we need to know is the birth time and birth date on which that event has occurred. So based on that, you would be able to analyze and guess. Like Maidini Jyotisha, they are saying that 26th year through 32 year is not good for the universe. It is there would be wars that are coming up. So how are they predicting it? It is based on certain calculations. And some analysts are predicting that the next few years is very tough for Pakistan. That means India has to face the consequences as well. So those are the things that comes up. So how do we do this? It is a universe we can call this as a collective unconscious memory. Okay. So that means it is a consolidated. It is not just one, but it is associated with the entire um, relations that are associated. Okay, so in a nutshell, I think the cosmos ensures karma, and when it ripens at the time of the right time for growth to both society and person. Okay, so this is in a way we use this for different purposes, astrological charts. We predict the rains, we predict the floods, we predict the earthquakes, many things there. Okay, moving on, I think this is the fifth one, which is our relations. Basically, um, the people whom we harmed in our previous life or in this life or somewhere else, directly or indirectly. You wanted to favor your friend, but a person who is unrelated, you harm them. So you form a bondage, you formed a karma there, relational and emotional memory. This is where we carry our energies in a negative way there. Karma flows most strongly through the relationships. Relationships could be between a guru and Sishya, between a wife and husband, between friends, between colleagues, any kinds of relationships. There is a saying in in my old days that show me your friend, I will tell you your character. So that tells us that how important those relationships are. People we hurt or people we helped hold these energetic cards, and they come to us across lives. That means it is not just in one life, but multiple lives it carries on. You have to, there is one saying in Telugu which is called Runanubandhena Pashupatni Sutalaya. That is one of the sayings in Sanskrit as well. I think the debt that we carry, we have to repay one way or the other. Okay. So those are the relationships that we carry over multiple lives there. So this also tells us that when you meet a stranger, why you are instantly attracted towards them, or you hate them for no reason, why you have a conflict, why you feel closeness, why you feel certain kinds of feelings. Those are all coming from your relational memories that are coming in. So one of the ways to dissolve this is to build the karmic ties that to do the service to dissolve the karmic ties. This is what we can do. One is forgiveness and service. These are the two ways that can dissolve the karmic influences with us. So, in a way, I think relationships are like karmic classrooms that keeps on repaying, the repeating actually lessons to us until we balance them. Once you balance it, those lessons are automatically taken care of. Okay, so these are the five storages that we see. One is the body, which is called the conscious memory. The second one is the soul, which is the subconscious memory. Akashic records, the third one, which is the superconscious memory. The fourth one is the universe and the planets, which is the collective unconscious memory. And fifth one is relational and emotional memory that we carry. These are the five places where the karma is stored. Okay, any questions, folks?
So I have one question here. So people say that how do you know that your karma is finished? So these are the signs 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you got into such mindset, that means that the karma is done. Like, you don't feel anything towards that person anymore, like as before. That means the karma is finished. Or this. So people say that. So if the karma is divided into different areas like this, so probably, at one or two places it will be emptied. So so if you don't have, you are not, you stop emoting towards that person, that means it might have gone from the emotional body. But what about other bodies? So, other places, if still it is there, then if that is the case, in the same janma, or maybe in the future janma, again it may repeat, isn't it? To get emptied from other areas of, soul or body or anything. Is
Yeah.
that's how the karma is done?
Yeah, that's a excellent question, Gautami ji. So, for example, let's say, let's take a simple example. So, let's say you are going for a tour to Europe for attending a seminar. Okay, you live in Virginia or wherever your house is in US, but you are going for a short trip to the seminar. So when you go there, what kind of clothes do you pack with you? You probably are a speaker, so you would be wearing a formal dress.
Yeah,
You would
formal
be
dress, yeah.
packing the formal kind of dress, and then you are staying there for a week. So you would carry like three, four pairs of clothes for sightseeing and things like that, right? You are not going to carry everything from your house into that tour. You
Yeah,
are only going to carry like certain pieces of things that you want to carry to help you there. So, those clothes are specifically chosen by you for a specific purpose. You have different clothes for different occasions.
Mm.
For marriages, you have a different clothes. For attending the funerals, you have different clothes. For doing gardening work, you have different clothes. For doing daily exercises, yoga, you have different clothes. For walkathons and for marketing promotions, you have different clothes. But you are not carrying all of them with you to Europe. You only carry certain portion of it to Europe to satisfy that specific event that you are going to address. So, similarly, in the next slide, I think this is where we are going to talk about the Prarabdha Karma, which is like our tour to Europe. Okay. So we are, Sanchita Karma is like your suitcase or your house where everything is accumulated, out of which we handpick few of the clothes, we pack it in our suitcase and go there to Europe to experience that. And then once we are done with it, we come back.
Yeah.
Some people, most of the people, basically, they go with 5 pairs of clothes and they return with 10 pairs of clothes. Some people would go with 5 pairs and return with 1 pair. So the choice is ours. Okay, the way we wanted to do things, whether we want to let go things from that suitcase and carry a less baggage from back to our home, or we wanted to carry a extra burden and pay extra money, extra suitcase money to airlines to bring 2 suitcases. You go with 1 suitcase, you buy too many things there, and you exceed the baggage limit, you pay extra.
Oh, pay extra in the airport.
Yeah, so that is what happens. That is what will dictate what your Agami karma is actually. So, to answer your question, whether we are done with our karmas or not, the only way to know is to check back with your Akashic record to say, hey, what was the total karma that I had so far? And what is that I came here with? Okay. So, you kind of clear all the karmas that you are here with from Prarabdha Karma point of view, and you can borrow some more from your Sanchita Karma into the current life and clear it with your free will. We'll talk about that in a minute, but that is those are the 3 karmas. You already know this. Sanchita is about the past karma, past lives. Prarabdha is the current life where you cannot change the Prarabdha karmas. What is Prarabdha karma is associated with? Your family that you are born in, your physical body, and the health situations that you have chosen, the major life events that are associated, the accidents, the marriage, the career path, the kind of wealth that you want to carry, the key relationships, especially the hard ones, the soft ones that you wanted to. So these are the kind of fixed ones. But the only thing that is in your hand is how you want to handle them. Okay, let's say you came here to learn patience. Okay, what is the patience opposite?
Non-patience, no patience.
No patience. So that means you learn patience from the opposite side. So that means there would be too much pressure on you, too much of angry people all around you, too much of short-tempered people roaming around all of you. So those are the situations that are created by you to learn the patience. So once you learn the patience, you don't feel that pain anymore. being among those special circle there. Okay, so that is the main thing here. From these three types of karmas that we are seeing, the Sanchita, Prarabdha, and Agami, the main takeaway is that the Prarabdha karma is a soul contract that you came up with. And those soul contract has certain terms that cannot be changed, like your parents, your sisters, your brothers. You have chosen them, and you are born with those relationships and all. After you are born, you cannot change your dad or your mom, your brothers. They are fixed. Whether you want to be associated with them or when they come close to you, whether you want to respond back or how do you want to deal with it is in your hand. But those relationships can be changed. Okay, whether you want to postpone to the next life, you can do it from a free will on how you want to respond back. Okay, so those are the three types of karmas. I am not spending too much time here because we already know majority of it. So this is one important thing that we need to know. One thing is when we talk about karma, right? This Sanchita karma that we are carrying, that Sanchita karma has the vasanas that are associated. What are vasanas? Those are the impressions that we carry in our subconscious mind. Okay? And those impressions create thoughts to us. Okay? And from these thoughts, we get the feelings. For example, we also call these vasanas as belief systems in some terms. Okay? So let's say you are born in a very authentic or orthodox family, and your grandparents, great grandparents, they have been telling you that seeing a black cat is inauspicious, and you don't know whether it is auspicious or inauspicious. So that impression that you received from your grandparents stayed in your mind. So as soon as you see a black cat, you think that it is inauspicious. That is not your experience. That is somebody else's experience that you are carrying as a baggage. Okay, that thought that you have that black cat is inauspicious create a bad feeling for you. Okay, and you form a judgment at that point. You say, seeing this black cat is not good for me. And those kind of judgments that you kind of make it become an emotion. So at that point, whenever you see a black cat, you kind of take a stick and then drive that cat away from that place. Or you kind of ask someone to make sure that cat is no more in your view. Or you have a special emotion towards it. From that emotion, your actions begin. So when you take this action against that black cat, now in your next birth, that cat becomes your pet, that black cat, and you have to deal with that every day. So those are the kinds of things that come in and go all the time. Okay. So this is the kind of thought pattern that we go through. The vasanas trigger your thoughts. The thoughts trigger your feelings. The feelings trigger your emotions. Emotions trigger your actions. And actions become your destiny. Okay. So this is a thought pattern that comes in as a cycle. And once we learn about this, why is it important to learn about this? Because once we know a thought came in, either as an impression or a belief system or whatever, when a thought come in, you kind of say, okay, you acknowledge the thought and then let it go. So you are cutting off at this point. That is what we do in our meditation. What do we do in our meditation? We kind of observe the thought that comes in. We don't give energy to it. We just acknowledge and then let it go. Okay, but when you give energy, that again becomes a chain reaction that goes into the next step and next step and next step. And that becomes your agami karma finally. But if you stop this thought pattern right here, the subsequent actions are not happening here for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if in the similar thought process, two people are involved, okay, we take all this kind of, measurements and precautions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But other person also do the same thing, it may subside in most of the ways. If not, then again the energy bindings will happen. So how do we handle that?
Yeah. So let's say there is a saying in, I think there is a story that is associated here.
Mhm.
The story goes something like this. Two people, they started praying for Lord Brahma. Okay. And the first person is unbiased. Okay. He wants the kind of um, development or whatever. The second person is jealous of the first person all the time. And the first person knows that the second person is jealous of me. Okay, both of them started praying for Lord Brahma. The first person, Lord Brahma, came and then he asked for a boon. The first person asked for, okay, let my one eye go. Brahma said, okay, tadastu. And then he went to the second person. Now the second person don't know what the first person asked. He thought the first person might have asked something, and then he said to Lord Brahma, "Whatever the first person asked, give me two times more." So he lost both eyes. So that itself is indicating that our thoughts and our feelings, we are correlated to each other. In this case, the first person knows that the second person is going to get it. So both of them are related to each other and they had to take that karma together. But let's say in the same example, the first person said, I don't need anything. Okay, and the second person says, um, whatever he asks for two times more, that means he's,
Uh,
he's not going to get anything more.
yeah,
Right? So both of them are in uh, relieved from all karmas at that point.
yeah.
So that is the reason they say associate yourself with a sajjana, not a durjana. When you associate yourself with a sajjana, that itself is a path to your liberation.
Mm,
So that is the, I think in a nutshell, the story. I made up the story, but I think you got the essence of what I am saying.
yeah.
Okay, this one I think the beautiful quote from Mahatma Gandhi.
Mhm.
The our your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. Okay, so this quote exactly is aligned with this whole process. I put it in a different format, but I think this is what it is. Okay, so now let's go into the little bit more in detail. When does the karma come to us?
Mm.
Karma has no time. Okay. Just like our Europe trip, we pack certain things in our suitcase and come here. Even though you have lots of things, you have handpicked few of them that is right for you at this point. For this life, what is relevant, you got into your suitcase. So it doesn't mean that the karma has to come in linear way. No, karma can come anytime, whenever it is ripen. And the choice is ours. The soul readiness, based on the soul's readiness, the lessons gets unfolded. Okay. The purpose of these lessons is not to punish us. It is to comprehend and growth from both sides. Okay. When does the cycle end? The cycle ends when the receiver and the sender acknowledge this.
Mhm.
Okay. If the receiver sends and the sender doesn't receive it, it doesn't end that cycle there. Both have to acknowledge that one. Then the cycle finishes. What is the role of the universe here?
Sending.
Until, yeah, until you learn the lessons keep repeating at this point. Okay, opportunities are given you again and again there. Okay, that is the karma's timing. When it comes is when the karma ripens at this point. Okay, so how do we deal with this karma? There are two ways to deal with it. One is to develop the grace. Okay, so that means you build the awareness of what is happening with you, what is happening with your society all around, your ancestors, what are your belief systems. You start recognizing them, build the awareness there. Then the second thing is wherever you think you have done something wrong, get a heartfelt regret, not a kind of logical thank you or sorry. From bottom of your heart, get that feel that you have done something wrong. You regret for your misdeeds. And make a clear commitment that you are not going to do this in the future. The universe values your learnings. And once you acknowledge those things, the universe flags that as complete. Just like what you do in your corporate world, they give you certain MBOs. You kind of acknowledge them and then keep them. The universe says, oh, now I can see a change in you. So I flag this as complete. So three things that we need to do is develop the empathy. What is an empathy? The feeling of pain that you caused dissolves with ignorance. Okay, so the compassion that you build becomes your empathy. The second thing is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a two-way bridge. Okay, the once you open the door, the other side also have to acknowledge it. So that means you release what is happening, and once you release it, if the other soul also acknowledges it, then that karma is absolute at that point. It has to be two-way. You give it and they forgive you. You forgive them and then they give you. So those are the two things that need to happen there. That is how we can dissolve the karma there. So there are two ways to deal with it. One is through the insight or the pain. What is an insight? Insight means that we take the inner guidance that is coming from our soul, the awareness, the intuition, the spiritual wisdom that we gain, we use that towards the uh, learning the lessons and then relieving our karmic influence there. The second one obviously is to face the consequences, go through the pain, and then learn the lesson in a hard way. Okay, these are the two ways that we can handle this here. So I think this is free will, obviously. Free will, you already know majority of it. Karma sets the stage, the free will writes the script on it. This is, in a way, I think, the way how you wanted to use it. It is like a steering wheel. Once you choose certain things, they come to you, and you have the option to face them or to postpone them or to handle them in a different way. So that is the free will. The free will, the way you use it, becomes your agami karma. If you postpone it, that becomes your agami karma. If you face it, the karma is dissolved. If you don't face it, but do a prayashchittam or those kind of things, then you kind of dissolve it in a graceful way. So your free will is up to you on how you want to handle this. Okay, so I think yeah, this is already known to us. The final thing is that three key takeaways is karma is not a punishment. It is a teacher for us. That is the first thing. Then the second thing is every experience is for our soul evolution. The third one is with wisdom, compassion, and forgiveness, we transcend the karmic cycle. This is the third one. And the last one is build awareness, empathy, remorse, forgiveness, and gratitude. These are the key takeaways that can help us dissolve the karma at this point. So, with that, I think I can conclude the karma process, folks. Sorry, it was a huge subject, but went through
Beautiful,
well.
actually. You put
Yes,
everything together at one place, and it was so interesting to understand and to know more and more. So, this karma is storing at a different areas. You put all 5 points. It is beautifully. I mean, so this you included this planets and everything into, like, that is also, a portion of, storage for our karma. So
yes, yes,
we cannot ignore that. That means, right? Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Ratnaji, you have a question, Ratnaji?
Ratna garu, please come to open your window and please ask your question, Ratna garu.
I'm sorry, like I'm in a condition I can't open the
Sure, no
window.
problem. Go ahead.
Shared understanding.
Yeah.
So the question goes to the Akashic records. Said, of course, like whatever we do, like it's going to be stored in the Akashic records. But if in case the karma is dissolved with with a certain relationship, like all our relationships are in karmic background relationship.
Yeah.
Say, for example, we learn that particular lesson, or maybe with that person, like we learn the karma is dissolved. What happens at that time in the information that is being stored in the Akashic records? Will that be removed out of it, or like it just stays there like in a old file, you know, collecting the dust, or you
No,
know.
I think that it will be taken as accounting record, like you owe me money and you pay me back, and then it becomes balance is zero. But the record still says that, you owe me money and you paid back.
Oh.
Yes.
So one thing I did not include in these slides, folks, is when you face your karma, right? The karma becomes your experience. And when you come here, you come to earth with a goal. Okay? The goal actually becomes your lesson. Okay? And the lessons the becomes your talents. So basically, once you plan to come here to this earth, you come here with a specific goal. Okay, I want to learn patience. That is your goal. And for that, you bring a lesson to say, oh, all my relations should be tough people. That is the lesson that you want to learn. And once you learn that lesson, that becomes a virtue for you. And that becomes a talent. And that talent is staying with you forever. So you can use that talent whenever you want. So goals, lessons, and talents are virtues. These are the three things that I did not include in this chart, but that goes into a different subject of reincarnation and progression, life of progression, law of progression, things like that. So yeah, that tells you once you learn these lessons, they become talents for you.
Yeah. Sir, I just want to add one point.
Hello,
No,
Sukumarji.
namaste, masters. It's been while talking to you all. So,
Seeing you.
like, yeah, thank you, madam. Ratna madam asked the question. It is very uh, making us to think. So, thing is like when you say it is what will happen, I feel like it's experience. Even though you do good karma or whatever you have the challenge, and then if you want to do in a negative way, still that will be recorded. The account settles, but still it will be recorded as experience. But that experience will be helping you next karma, next life
Yeah.
as a input. So when you want to deal with the same people or different people, or when your friend is going with the same kind of situation, then you need to help someone ask for your suggestion. So at that time, your past life experience here helps them to resolve that. So you will be doing a service or a seva to help that person to handle that. It doesn't mean that you will go and do that for him, but you will give an idea. So this can be the way that you can deal with. So I think the more you do sadhana, the more you can open your experiences of past life. So it means that even though you did good karma, still it will be there in your experiences. So it doesn't completely wipe away, or I feel like that. So it means that it will be there as an experience, whether because in other realms we cannot exactly quote all these points exactly the same. So they're all experiences, right? With soul, you cannot tell it as a materialistic way. It's anubhavam kind of experience. It has anubhuti chendindi. It has felt all the things. The essence it carries. So
That's
that is one thing. And yeah, I had one question, especially about um, karma. Mainly thing is like when you get a challenge and when you're going through it, might be it is making you to learn something lesson. Example. So when you're trying to fulfill it, probably you cross the challenge. So can we know that by using our sadhana, or I mean meditation and akashic records example, can we see what is the next challenge coming up? So what is our destiny that next is going to put, or we wanted to involve in social service only, then only we will not have any challenge, or I mean just trying to see how the next phase of life, one karma to another karma. So when we have a gap, right, how do we prepare for next step? Just that is what my question. Yeah.
So I think for that, Sukumarji, we would have to go back to your blueprint to say
Mm.
what is the suitcase that you got with. Okay, so
Mm.
when we come here, we kind of bring a set specific chapters with us. I took an example of patience, but along with patience, you would also come with 3 or 4 more lessons that you need to learn. So, once you learn this patience, it is not the end of your life.
Yeah.
So, the next chapter begins in your life. Just
Okay.
like when you are in a education mode, you are done with your education. You don't have to go back to your education again. You would
Yes.
go into a further more studies, or you get married, you get into a career path, things like that, right?
Yes.
So whatever you brought with you in your suitcase, that unfolds as the time goes on. But my suggestion is not to discover what is in the future,
Mm-hmm.
but handle the way it comes to you
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
more wisdom.
Okay.
So instead of
And also there is
running,
a saying
yeah,
like when you open the, I mean, when you try to go through that, right? So there is a gift hidden under it, they say, especially GKSR and all that.
yeah, yeah,
When you go through a challenge or a very
that's
difficult time, especially if you call that realistic words. So when you go through that challenging or difficult times, and when you cross that, when we say cross, you sailed over it. So
yeah,
now that experience will open some
yeah,
happiness.
that's right.
So it can be like, okay, this is what I thought lot, but it's very simple. I mean, that's what everyone says. When you crack the exam, no one says how much pressure you went through. In that time, it will be so much pressure. But when
That's
you pass with colors, then you'll say it is nothing. Just to others will say. But going through that, only will know, the particular soul will know how
that's
much it is pressure. Might be for me, a particular challenge will look very small to another soul, but
yeah,
that's all challenge similarly it looks to me. Why you're not worrying so much about small thing? But someone that worrying that small thing is not at all a problem. I mean, why you just leave it this way. So
that's
it varies from, like you mentioned, it varies from things to things.
yeah,
But making us ready is the key. That is what, right, sir? Making us ready. So handle it with maybe you told like forgiveness, gratitude. These points are very much important again to reiterate. Okay.
yeah. Gautami ji, I need to drop for a different call.
Mm.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I
Thank
kind
you.
of
Thank you.
rushed
It
through.
is really beautiful talk, actually. You really made us to think, twice.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
the karma is just, it one portion. If it finish, nothing, it means nothing that it may be at some other place.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So we
Thank you.
have to be very calm, very, very careful and alert. Yeah, but I'll give a call to you and I want to ask you about the price chitam. Okay, but
Yeah, yeah, certainly, certainly.
yeah,
We can also have another session about those 4 Ps.
sure,
That,
definitely, definitely. Thank you so much.
thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Koti
you,
sir.
Koti garu. Excellent lecture.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Thank you, Andy. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sukumar Garu. It's really good. Good to see you. Yeah.
Okay.
So our time is another 45 minutes. What do you I just go through, these 4 agreements, then we will end up the session with the meditation again. So as I'm
One
yeah,
simply like, are there any questions left on karma topic?
yeah, probably we can talk about this little more if anybody has. So anybody knows about this price? See, I want to ask this. Meanwhile, he left. So he was telling about the price chitam, right? So as one of the remedies, he talked about a price chitam. See, price chitam when it comes to that particular thing. See, if you go and talk to any priest or towards whoever they towards that religioustic. So they say price terms a different way. Suppose in
Mm.
astrologer, if you go, he says this shanti, that shanti, and all that. If you go to, the religious, they say like, even we are seeing, old movies. In old movies, the price systems that they were talk about, it is very, very tough. And for us in this age, in this time and in this current stages, it looks like insane. Such kind of price systems are also, people were, in those days they were taking. And now, when you come to this spirituality, so people say that, do the spiritual seva. seva in different ways. Like, whether it is jnanam or dhyanam or shastra seva and all this adhyatmika shastra seva, all kinds of, different kinds of seva they suggest. So which one is the right one? So what is it, what remedy is right one to really, really hit to the karma and
Okay,
I
these are
would
my,
say, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead, ma'am. Ratnagaru
and
Cheppandi.
and moreover, and Krishna said, Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam. Like, there are four things. Krishna said this, and if you go to astrologer, they say that. And when you go to religion, they say this. And spiritual people, they say this. So, so what is the best remedy that really, really hits to the karma and resolve it?
The first thing, I guess, like as Kotigar also covered, that is the forgiveness.
Mm.
That's the foremost part, because when forgiveness involves, first, like we are relieving ourselves from the entangled emotion. Even if like not just we commit mistake towards others, even if others commit mistake towards us, doesn't matter. Either way, there is some kind of emotion associated with it. So in either direction. So as long as we forgive, that removes us from that burden. That itself is part of the lesson we have to learn anyway. So the second one, of course, in our path, they keep talking about the service. Our service is not the physical, because we already know the spiritual service is much more better than the physical service. The reason we already know, we are empowering people in the spiritual path, so that they are coming out of the emotions also. So the purpose of the spiritual seva is really nothing but to empower everyone to get, to balance, or to deal with their emotions, how they can, best balance them, how they can come out of that, um, not able to carry, not carrying that baggage, how they can drop that baggage. So as long as we are doing that, means it's a collective effort also, because collectively our emotions, especially the negative ones, that's not just bonding us, but it is also we are creating a collective emotional cloud as well. So when we are empowering people, so those people are also not, like getting better or getting awareness or wisdom, so that they don't contribute any more to that cloud, collective cloud. So overall, it is reducing the, emotional package. At least we are not intensifying that cloud, or maybe like, collectively also not contributing to that. I read this book. What is this? Power of Now. In that, they talked about this collective, mostly like one chapter dedicated about the collective karma, like the collective, how it impacts, like even to the women's, like the menstrual cycle. A lot of women go through like pains during that time. That is also due to collective energies and negative energies associated with it. So whatever we do, whatever the negative thoughts we create, it is associated that energies, it's portion of it to us, portion goes to the collection. So whenever we do seva, by empowering other people, we are not only helping ourselves, we are also helping other people. So the collective karma also either reduce or prevent.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I'm saying here is, if that karma is a shared karma, if there is one karma, if that is shared by people collectively, then, empowering each other, it works.
Okay.
So if it is an individual karmas, like it is not a collective karma, it's an individual
It's
karma.
one single relation you're
One
talking.
single and one or two, only one or two people included. It's not just a collective. See, as you said, the menstruation and, some of the things. See, for example, if you go to Hyderabad, that side, there are certain communities. Those communities are called as tandas. So, so these tandas, they share same karma. Like, their whatever the profession they have, profession or karma, the action they do, their livelihood, whatever they do it, it is all sharing.
Yes.
They work similarly and they talk similarly. Their way of dressing, their thinking, they live, like a group.
Lifestyle also same.
Yeah,
Yes.
their style, the group. So for that is like theirs is a shared karma. They may not know what is that exactly they are
Yes.
undergoing. They're thinking that is the right way of living. But since we have so much of knowledge about all these things, then we know they are sharing a similar karma. So, if one person is changed or one person gone into spiritually, there is every possibility that the entire community will have a impact on it. So slowly. So that is so that, see, whatever you're saying, that is very much applicable to in such scenarios. But 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 that is not the case with everybody. So only two people are involved in it. So one person, okay, forgiveness is not excuse. It is like cutting off the energy bonding with the other person. That is forgiveness. So one person is did that, but other person is not doing it. The other person is generating more and more energies towards this person, so that triggers again to this person. So that is what quotes are saying, that like it is mutual. If one time this person forgive and gives, and other person is another time that other person also forgives and gives, so that way both will come out of the karma, he's saying. So both the people have to do it according to what he said. So in such a scenario,
Sure, okay, Gautami ma'am, like both the people has to do means we have no control on the other person, right? But we can develop or we can, empower ourselves whether other person's energies can influence us or not. If
yeah,
our energies are at a higher level, and other person, even if he come approaching with with a negative intent towards us, that may not affect us because we are standing at the higher level. We
so we
we,
have to work so hard,
we
you know.
exactly
We
exactly
have to
we have to.
because if it is two people are working together, it is,
No, it's never the others, it's always us at the end of the day.
yeah.
How
So
am I doing myself?
we have to
Whether
work
I'm
so
better or
hard.
not, whether
Yeah.
I increased my threshold levels or not, whether I am being impacted or not, it's only me. That's what it is. Like, that is the whole reason why we cannot really help others other than educate them. Because it's, like everyone has to go through their own building up skills.
Can I intercept?
Yeah.
Oh,
Please go ahead.
So the karmic relationships, the impacts are two things. One, the known and the unknown. The known is coming from this life. Say this life, you are selecting candidates for a position. Somebody is very talented, qualified, but you chose another person because of your prejudice, whatever. But heart of your heart, you know that you have done the injustice to the other candidate. Okay. You have the guilt, you carry the guilt. After some time, you realize that, and then you start asking for a forgiveness. The forgiveness is not going to that person and ask on the face, but you go through the higher self meditation and ask the higher self for meditation for forgiveness. So between the two higher selves, they can agree. Okay, now you caused me a damage. Fine, I'll forgive you. So there, the account is balanced.
Yeah. So that should be done at soul level. Of course,
At a
that is
soul level,
at soul level.
forgiveness is always done at soul level between
Yeah.
the two higher selves. Now, second thing is now again here, even in the current life, there are actions you have taken for which somebody else is impacted without your knowledge. In which case, you can only offer forgiveness in general terms to anyone. Like if I have done a damage, I am asking for forgiveness. Okay, that is at a very general level. The other one is like incidents from the previous life where you do not have any knowledge of it, but when you are actually as a soul plan, you have agreed for certain consequences of your actions from your previous life. Okay, now today in this life, you are not accepting those consequences. You want to you want to basically write off that action. Okay.
Right.
Simple example is like you have agreed to suffer from a disease and took this life, but now you are not willing to go through that suffering.
Exactly.
You want a bailout.
Yeah,
So
bailout.
to bail out, so there are two ways. Okay, one, okay, we are asking for forgiveness. Second thing is, as you said, prayashittam.
Yeah,
Prayashittam can only be suggested by a person who knows about your past, what are the actions you have done, and what is the equation to the current happening. If you are suffering from a disease today, how this disease is caused from your previous life's incident. If your priest or somebody, if he does not know your previous life, your incidents, then that would be a general suggestion. Okay, now go around Sai Baba temple 108 times, you'll be okay. Okay, that is that kind of a suggestion. You can still follow and feel good about it, but I do not know if that causes a relief.
exactly.
Okay. I think that if you are looking at a prayashittam route, you should only go to a person who can read your Akashic records and know the past life, the incident what you have done in the past life, what is the equation between you and the other person, victim or the other person, and then suggest a way. That is the only way you can get a true prayashittam. If you are going to any other route, it will give you some kind of a relief. Okay, I went to Sai Baba temple, prayed, I gave 108, this thing, or did Annadanam. So I'm kind of a relief. So gives you some kind of a mental satisfaction there.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to.
Sir,
Two
one thing, sir.
aspects, the same thing, sir. Price is you said, but the past life regression. Your
Yes.
one suggestion is going back to past life regression and find the reason and then act accordingly.
Yes.
But every time also, if we, with our enough knowledge so far we have built up, do we really have to go even back to the past life regression? I mean, in certain cases maybe, but in most cases, I feel personally,
Agreed. So
if I have a disease with the knowledge I have learned so far, I definitely know something I have made, I committed something. I don't use the word sin, but just for a general understanding,
right. Yeah.
that's called that sin. So I committed something, so I
Yes.
have to learn out of it.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but if I'm stuck, I really have to know past life regression to come out of it, and then only I feel relieved, or then only I feel much better. That is when the prayaschitta comes, or past life regression comes.
Yeah.
But we really don't need to go through that. Okay, I've done something. I already know I can't go back. How do I clear it out? So my focus, rather than going back, finding the reason, and then again it's the same clearance. How we clear is again the same route.
Yeah.
Forgiveness or some kind of seva. Those are the
No,
only
no,
two
not necessarily. Not necessarily. So that is what, we stuck at one or 2 points. See, since we are in this path, this is the only way to get rid of those things, but not. That is what I'm trying to say and I'm trying to understand. We have to righteous way, we have to hit upon it. So unnecessarily, if you are wasted time at somewhere else, meanwhile the life will be finished. Then again, the new Janma will come. We don't know whether we'll be in this path or not. We may.
Madam, I'll add, madam, one thing.
Yeah.
Similarly, I mean, just it's kind of we are all moving on with the points.
Yeah.
See, major mistake, minor mistake comes into picture as well. Similarly, when you get on a train and then if you're not trying to stop and it's a wrong destination, then the long you go, the more you have to pay the expense to come back. Example, I'm just trying to give an
Yeah, you're right.
example.
That's why,
So when you want to get down, so at which level you're trying to solve the problem? the prayashchittam example. So are you trying to solve kind of like what kind of example the karma the other person has to go through? Example, I'm telling you, this is also one possible chance. Like you mentioned, you are looking from a bird's eye, saying that is this the only way? There are other ways. There are definitely other ways. Multiple ways are there in this life. But as the knowledge we gain, the soul knowledge, as the soul knowledge we gain, we need to ensure, or we need to judge by ourselves, not judging someone else. This world is happening for everyone, madam. But one thing is, this is the illusion for everyone. If you want to think about others, then it's illusion. If you want to think from your side and see the life, it is only perfect. Because this is what we learned, who am I? In Ashtavakra Gita, he says, you are there in the dream, you are there in the reality. You are there now. So is this true, or is the true means a such or o such? Nothing is true, but you are the true. So the person who is going through this, because you in the dream you had the sweating, you got through that experience. Now also you are going through this experience, but you are in a confusion where that is true or this is true. If you both are occurring and both you have faced, both are happened to you, that is true. But the person who is going through it only is true. Other things are all illusions. So illusions means from which frame we are looking. In dreams, that is a lifetime for us. When the dream is over, when we look from this life, yesterday night dream, it's only 8 hours. When we close this janma and go out and see, this life might be also another 8 hours from another dimension. So I mean to say, when you want to example, if you committed anyone, including myself, we have committed a guilty or something, might be at that time, sometimes there's a chance that we have to go through that. Example, pratidi, I mean, everything happened for a reason. It's not choice, just it happened for a reason, because might be you need to involve at that moment, whether good or bad. Example, a person goes through an accident, he thinks like it might hit me, or in like 1 year 2 years before, or somewhere 10 years down before you would have thought how the accident will look like. So he has to go through that accident, not right now, because he planted the thought. So it can happen after 10 years also, but how much power you have given at that time, that also matters. It will be weighing somewhere. But if you are really if you are really understood, I mean, any person, if they have really understood the soul knowledge, jnanagdi dagda karmana yadbhavam tadbhavate. There are both the things. If you think it will happen, for sure it can. But thing is how much you are thinking, how much your power is to make that happen. Right. At the same way, how much you gain the knowledge to clear your karma. Is that knowledge really enough? So this sadhana, again, going back, same. Yeah. How much are we putting efforts in doing meditation?
But whatever the sadhana we are doing, is that the right sadhana we are doing to hit upon our own karmas?
Yeah, madam, I'll tell you. Just now I talked to Satyavani, madam. She is from Andhra. So I think she's cousin of GK sir as well. So I was talking to her. We were having the similar questions. Okay, what she said is, she had the astral surgery as well. Then there was one master in this group when we had done today group meditation evening in NC. So the master was asking, the master who hosted this session, she was asking to the Satyavani madam, why is that astral surgery not happening to me? Then the master asked, do you really need it? There are many things. Does everything fit for all the person is not the point, right? So do I need astral surgery? If you are fine, you don't need it. If you are small things or different things, you need the treatment for that. You cannot go for a heart specialist, for a psychotherapist, I mean, whatever, psychiatrist level of healing the things. So if you want something to be done, that kind of help only will be done from the astral level. So if you need, what is your point of asking for a thought level or something clearing off? You want astral surgery. Astral surgery will not happen like that. So astral surgery or anything, example, I just took one point, madam. Right, so anything has to happen for you means, whether is it really needed for you or not.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Even the shared karma also, if you also are part of that group, then only there will be an inclusiveness. Then all these things may apply, like collectively, sharing and collectively, empowering and all that stuff. Suppose if you are not a cassette into that record player, there is no use, like, you're sitting there and, wasting so much of time, years and years. So,
That is definitely agreeable, madam.
yeah,
Definitely.
but you have to work on some other way, but not this way. So that is what I'm saying. So whatever we are doing, is it the right thing?
Okay, I'll tell you one thing,
Hit
madam.
up the karma, that we need to think about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, madam.
So one second, I
If my
think
wife, sir, if my wife says, let's go to temple. Okay, if I says going to a temple, if I say from my point, if I say going to a temple is 1 hour waste for me. Example, I'm just bringing. So from her standpoint, she is very clear. If I go to temple, she will be feeling so relaxed, emotionally connected. She will have good information, good things coming up happening in this next week. Example, let's say if you go to Shanivaram for Venkateswara Swami, next 1 week it will be good. That is what her thought.
Right.
But for me, if I sit 1 hour in meditation, it will help me if I think, then that is what I have to do. But
Right.
going with her, sometimes as we are bonded relationship, I need to go and help her or make her understand, okay, but 1 hour is not needed, or trying to help her. This is all we do. But the next soul evolution is you have to go through this meditation, the sadhana of
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Because you come from plant kingdom to animal to human, so they are in the might be little backward or whatever. But if you ask me, did I never went to temple? I went to temple a lot of times. Last janma might be. I was a big completely. I was going only the rituals I was doing. This janma, I mean, you have to look from that standpoint as well.
Right.
But how much level of energy level we are standing is one point, madam. And also at the same time, how much sadhana we did, are we carrying that same sadhana or not? When we asked Satyavani, madam, example, I'm just telling you, there are many one who goes through. So why it is not happening to me? Why to someone is they are happening? They are seeing third eye experiences. They are seeing astral travel because she was telling us she did 7 days of dark meditation, dark room meditation. 7 days she doesn't come out of the room. Okay, she did every day 4 to 6 hours of meditation for 2 months. Then all the physical problems were healed. But did we really go through is also a question to us. Example to every one of us. Just doing 15 minutes or half an hour, 1 hour sometimes regularly and missing it, might be it is not enough for us to experience more. And also at the same time, Premnath sir, he came for MMS3 and he made a US tour. And then we were asking him, sir, do you have third eye experiences or do you have any things that you can help us? So you are a very big, like 27 years he's made. He said, I don't get any visions. I only get the inner voice, or only from my side, only one or two. But for me, I don't get any kind of lights or something. But I can make other master or a soul to have the vision. So he did all these things in the last janma. In this janma, he don't want all of them. He just want to do dhyana prachar. So his role in this lifetime, he decided as a soul to come and do that. That is what he gave us. So what we are coming to, I mean, by listening to all these master soul journeys, we can understand we also will have one thing. Not everything we have to be a kind of a mastering in this janma. Might be we have mastered already last janma, but there is specific purpose that only we might be going through that. So might be we will have only third day experience, but not astral travel. Everything will not happen. But we can have a knowledge, but not that thing. If you go and do with that, madam, it will become might be. Your journey will become slow, might be. Nidanam అయిపోతది.
See, when it comes to the astral travel, for everybody, astral travel happens when they are sleeping or when you are
Meditation.
peacefully and focusedly doing something, not necessarily in the meditation.
Yeah.
That means, like, when you reach to certain energy frequency, at that frequency, the astral body will go out, and wherever it has to go, and whether it is Akashic records, whether it has to go somewhere, and pick up the things that it needs and come back and give you as an experience bodily. So that is what the astral body does it. So it happens. But the thing is, here some people, what they do is using some kind of technical tools, they they do it intentionally, astral travel, to go to certain you know,
Okay.
places.
Other, yeah,
So they
yeah.
know it what they have, what that place has it. So that may not happen with every soul, because
Mhm.
at those places, they will not allow every soul to go. The soul,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Mm.
then what they do is they refuse you to enter into such places. You know, even you want to do the astral travel, that doesn't work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't want to tell the names. One person has come to me.
Okay.
So then, I told them, I told the people that, like, give me 10 minutes. So when I, gone to third, I think, and then what I understood is these people, they're trying to, like, break out the whatever the secret and gone to
Okay.
that particular place. So the
Oh,
masters or spirit guides or whoever it is, they are not
yeah.
allowing the people, actual one person, but I'm just telling people that the person to enter there, because the
Okay.
soul is not allowed. That's it, whatever
Yeah.
the reason it is.
Yeah.
So they're giving, a tough time. So that is, showing up on that person's body or whatever. Like, so see, everybody doesn't
Uh,
need to do that. So what
Madam,
Pournami madam
like,
said, that
yeah.
what she said is correct. You don't need it. Every person doesn't need to do the astral travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it is
And
intended, you know, in
yeah.
the soul plan or whatever it is required, then automatically
Ma-
the spirit guides,
Madam, one thing I
whatever
can
they
say,
told.
madam,
Mm.
if you really don't need that one, it will not be given to you as experience, or it will not be given in your soul plan. And one
No,
thing
but
is
even they wanted to go forcibly, some kind of this is kind of indications will come. But I just I understood that just in a lightly I hinted, but I did not tell what I understood about that.
might be the
So that
reason
person
that
definitely will get more experiences, obviously, right?
that X person, if he wants to go through still, even though the spirit guides are refusing, so there is something, is there anything that he wants to materialistic benefit? That is, I don't know.
No,
Example.
but the soul
think
doesn't
no,
need
I
to go
think
there.
no, I think Kumar, I think Sukumar, we are deviating from the question, actual question about this Prayashittam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
can
we all
give my own
sir, I
example for the karma, like Gautami ma'am's, one
Yeah.
karma related to one person. So in my
Yes.
own example,
Uh-huh.
long time ago, like like a relative of mine, and she and I, we have to live under the same roof for some number of years. So during that time, of course, like we had some clashes, and she had her own, she thinks her perspective is right, and I think mine. Not just with me, like the people whoever is living under the same roof at that time. Okay. So, as I said, during this whole number of years, it's like we were talking to each other. We have, because we're sharing the same house. We have to live when we have good moments, we have bad moments, we have, like the conflict of interest and argument moments. Even after that individual, because I'm talking about my own life. So my interaction with that individual. So even after she left and we don't have to live under the same roof for certain years, it was still going on, like, for some common family topics. Eventually, that's even before I came to that, spiritual path. So at one point, I fed up myself. Okay, so I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay, so that understanding. Okay, she is thinking in her own perspective. She's seeing this in a different angle. I'm seeing the same thing in different angle, and our angles don't match. So I said, okay, so I decided myself, I will talk to that individual. Okay, I say hi and bye, but I do not go any topics that give us a, difference of opinion. Okay. So what if in case she comes and express her opinions because it's obviously it's a family, something related to family events or something. I don't bother about them. I simply ignore. I don't want to invest my energy in that. As I said, at that time, I didn't know all these things. I was thinking simply, I don't want to invest. So slowly that subsided. My interaction with her subsided. I still talk to her even today. Okay, so whenever we meet in family gatherings and we communicate very well, you know. So we even that clash points also don't come anymore. So when I came to this path, I was like really like going back analyzing what happened. So I think maybe like I might have forgave her that in that term, like I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to entertain that, not wasting my energy to that. Maybe that is a form of forgiving her. I don't know. So, but whatever it is, once I decided that her part in my life is gone. I still have interactions because she's a family member. I can't avoid it. But at the same time, even when we meet, even if we stay like a week or 2 weeks, like some family gatherings or some family events, like wedding or something, we don't get any more clash points. So I'm thinking, like, with this awareness, with the wisdom I received now up until now, when I look back and analyze that, so whatever the karmic account between her and me, yeah, maybe she was there for me to learn something. So I might have learned whatever the lesson with that character. So
What I'm thinking,
karmic account balance between me and her, so we don't interact in the same way. So there is no more expectations of me towards her, and she doesn't have any expectations towards me. So so the relationship transformed to a different level.
so what see, because your energy shift has happened, you are not into the same energy frequency now. Your energy shift, like,
Yes.
yeah. So
I
that
mean,
is
even before I came to spiritual path, because at that time I didn't know all these terms.
exactly. So during the time, you both were into the same frequency.
Same frequency.
Now your energy shift happened. Is you gone like this. So this is either your energy is not triggering hers and
Yes.
her energy level is not triggering you. When you come down here again, they trigger each other. So that is why I'm asking. So how do that is why I'm asking. So as long as you are maintaining here, that interaction will not happen. But by any chance, if you come down, if you don't stabilize here and if you come down, then again this will catch up. So that is why my question is, when the karma is storing at a different shelves or different compartments, how do we empty?
Madam, I can add
But
one thing,
she's
madam.
also progressing, right? So just like how am I progressing in my life, she also has been progressing in her own way.
That's
So
okay. That's okay.
right?
That everybody progress.
Exactly. So when that
Exactly.
means
See,
her
you
frequency
will have.
level also increased, or whatever, going at a different level. So
Oh,
where is
that
the
is
point
different.
for us to come back?
That is different. See, the progressing in a worldly way or progressing and in a bhakti way, that is different. As long as people have their own supporting systems, people will progress. Doesn't matter. I'm talking about the karma level.
Yeah, but even then, when do
Progress
we
as
come back
long as
to the
you have
same
a
So,
place?
supporting system.
Ratna, I'll answer that question. See, all the bonded relationships are the karma repayments. Father, mother, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, son, all the bonded relationships are karma repayments. And they are there in your life until the karma is repaid. Okay. Or some, maybe for a certain number of years. So that is how we get into. Now, in this case, like what I clearly see that is, she is causing agony to you and you are causing agony to her, but you actually resisted and rebel with some kind of a uh, say revolution. Say, I'm not going to listen to you. That kind of a anger. You stopped talking to her and then moved yourself away. It
No,
is
no,
not
I
the
didn't
forgive.
stop.
No,
I
please,
didn't stop talking.
no, no, no. Let me please explain. I don't mean to say stop talking, but then you kind of ignored her for some time. Okay, maybe I may be right or wrong. Well, I'm trying to explain the relationship. This is what typically happens between the teenage mother and daughter relationships. So here, what happens is you both were not in the spiritual angle, but then you had more rational brain than her maybe, and you kind of kept yourself out of the that angry discussions mode. Okay, that is what I think has happened during that period. And then probably you moved yourself into the spirituality, and then now started forgiving her in the relationship. Okay. So basically, from your soul relationship, pre-birth relationship, she came into your life to teach you a lesson, and then probably that has ended when
That's
at some
exactly
point.
I'm saying. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the lesson
exactly.
with
Yeah,
her may be over. So the
yeah,
karmic account is over with her. So I
yeah.
don't deal in the same aspect or same terms anymore, even with
Yes,
our interaction.
yes. No, but the fact that you are still seeing her, even in yearly family gatherings, there is still some karma relationship between you both.
That's a very, there is because, that
Yeah,
is family relation, of course.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But there is no balance of karma associated with it because we don't have any emotional interactions with each other
In
anymore.
this life.
Probably.
Yeah.
Madam, I'll just add one word, but after that we can just go with the next point. How I look is generally, um, I mean, after learning all this knowledge, especially soul knowledge, soul science. So anyone, madam, including if I stay in a, I mean, right now I'm staying in some apartment with one of my friend, and even though he's not into the spirituality more, so how I see him when he makes some um, uh, kind of a clash, నాకు నచ్చని పని చేసినప్పుడు, if I don't like the things and he does that, and how I see is I look him as my child for that moment. Really, I'm telling you what I'm practicing. So why I'm looking at him as my child is, what if my child does the same mistake? So how do I communicate? So I think that he's a 6 years old child or a 10 years old child, and then this is what you should not do, or I'll just say, okay, fine, I'll not talk to him at that moment about that point what he has committed the mistake. Example, he will think like he, అంటే అతను ఏం చెప్తా అంటే నేను తప్పు చేశానా అని he can come against immediately at that moment. There might be a fight, okay, but to avoid or to make him understand, I take the discussion later. But ఆ moment లో మాత్రం I will not encourage myself to go into a lower energy mode. I ensure that I know I am looking from a high end. This guy is doing this intentionally or unintentionally. Sometimes they ignore
That
also.
is because your spiritual tablets classes are guiding you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
later I tell him, but even if he doesn't take, I leave it to the universe because it is his maturity level. Still, he has to grow, but not in
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
Janma. Next Janma
Yeah.
might be 10 years later. Let
Yeah.
it be. But how I deal is, I deal like this only, madam. It can
Yeah.
be my wife, my father, my mother. I tell them once. If they don't listen, I don't argue. Because if I argue, I am going to lower my energy and I am not going to gain anything. I am going to become next 1 2 hours. I am going to have headache, all irritation, all these things. I know things will not work all the way, all the time like this. But we have to sometimes be in a higher level always, madam, and give some space and time. That's what I feel. And then if we really want to think or contemplate on it, we have to think in a separate time, and then if you want to have another discussion we can have. But always look at them like these guys really don't know. Example I'm telling you, might be
See,
they
basically,
can
the
also.
thing is, for each situation, the experiences will be very, very different. So,
Yeah.
at one place, we behave like this doesn't mean that we can do the same thing in another place. See, I tell you, this one. See, I have, couple of people whom I know. So a person, so that girl is, younger to my daughters, younger to my daughter actually. So I always see her like, she's like my daughter. That is
Yeah.
how I was seeing her. And, I was liking her just because, they're all kids, kind
Yeah.
of. So but but slowly, how that it turned away, she started going against me. Her
Mm-hmm.
energies going against me. She's competing with me, and she's not. She was not initially. She was okay, but but when I'm giving her more attention, when I'm giving her more love towards her, thinking
Yeah.
that she's younger to my daughter, she's like my daughter. See, here my intention is very pure because she's
Mm-hmm.
younger to my daughter. I just looked at this girl just like my how
Yeah.
I with my daughter only. So here my intention is very pure. Though I gave a pure intention, a pure energy, but but initially she was okay, but slowly she turned it differently. That could be any reason. Okay, her other friends might be, they are putting her some kind of a mashallah in her mind or whatever the reason it is, but she
Mm-hmm.
was not giving in return the same way, but she was coming in different way. The moment I stopped doing this,
Mm-hmm.
then, slowly things started getting better and she is
Okay.
in her place. So,
So,
what do you say about it? So, my intention was very pure and I
but I
treated
feel
her
like,
like my daughter, but it did not work.
yeah, I agree, madam. But నేనేం చెప్తున్నానంటే situation also wants to test us back, even though you dealt it like that, but still that the testing will go a little bit extra level, extra mile, and see your patience, whether are you really able to handle even in negative. You're sharing love, I agree, but in more, if it is against you, the same person whom you shared love, are you able to handle that, or are you trying to bring any traces of కోపం ఏమైనా తీసుకొని వస్తున్నారు, agony something, are you trying to bring from any of the అంటే మీ చివరిలో ఆత్మ చివరిలో ఎక్కడైనా ఉన్నా, లేదంటే మనం పోగేసుకున్న ఎక్కడైనా ఉన్నా, ఎనీ ఆఫ్ ది ట్రేసెస్ లెఫ్ట్, ఆర్ యూ ట్రైంగ్ టు బ్రింగ్ అండ్ షో ఇట్ అప్? దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్.
Yeah, but
నేనైతే అలా చూస్తాను.
I underwent more agony actually, because of, as long as I was
మేడం, దట్
moving
ఈస్
towards
యాక్చువల్లీ,
her, so
మేడం,
then I withdrawn.
yeah,
Now the things are started getting
I
better,
understand,
and
madam,
she
that
is
is,
in her place. I'm in my place. So
yeah,
I did not connect my daughter with anybody.
yeah,
It can be like, it is,
I mean to say, madam, it
but
is
in
actually
society,
patient.
no, in society, our training is different, like, but we should not connect like that, the energies here doesn't match, do not match.
Yeah, madam, I agree, madam, all the time. Example, a farmer wants always good crop, even though he puts very with caring, with nurturing the seed by putting water, everything, but it doesn't mean at the end of the season, after 3 months or 6 months, whether it will come multifold, I mean fourfold, sixfold, or tenfold. It can come even the same way, matching the expenses, nothing profit. But thing is like, at the end next year, still he goes and sows the seed with the same hope that it will give sixfold. I'm just telling you, it's definitely, it's not the same exact answer, but
Right.
thing is like, even though you deal the same thing, this love, this agony, this Arshad Vargas, the common factors, right? This stirs up our emotions daily, madam. I think every experience, every situation, it's again like whatever you mentioned is a lesson for us as well. I mean to say, we need to understand this can happen every day with anyone,
With
either
anyone.
higher
Yeah.
grade or
So
lower grade.
always we can't
Yeah.
be like, we cannot see, for every coin there will be both sides. Always you
Mm-mm.
can sit at one side and think about this is right, this is right. Again, it is a binding.
Yeah.
So we are free souls. We have to be
Yeah.
free to
Madam,
understand other side also. But my experience is other side experience. So
yeah.
here what I learned from my experience is, so unnecessarily, we should not go to the surfaces where I do not need to.
Yeah.
See, our society will teach something else, but it is not necessary. So we don't know what is storing there. So
Exactly, madam.
yeah,
The situation makes you to understand what to do, what not to do. Same
exactly.
situation will not apply. At the
Apply.
same time, if you take example, if you have some 15-20 years of experience, I'm just bringing one IT experience. If you take a 15-20 years of experience guy in India and the same experienced guy here. Okay. And the guy who looks at there is, no, I am the boss. I know everything. I have knowledge, everything. It works. But if the same guy put in a different country or region in same work environment, from US example, you cannot look like saying I am boss, I am something, because the reason I'll tell you exactly what happens in any of the corporates. So there might be, you can definitely have a command or something, but here when it comes to US or any different country other than US, other than India, where the sharing, I mean, resourcing, outsourcing happens there, but here scarcity of resources are there. At the same time, there are more people waiting for one job. Example, at that time, if you say no, you cannot give me this job, you have to do that job, you are a junior, how can you give? I mean, the chances are there that it can come back to you. Even though he's very less experienced, 10 years guy still can give the work to 20 years experience guy,
Right.
and then tell you, make you like a junior or something, treat you like a junior, but still you have to go through it because the circumstance demands you what to do at that moment. It is
Right.
not high or low. At the same way, I'm telling you, just in a job you can face this situation, in a home you can face this situation, in a friend, when in a friend's environment,
Yeah,
anywhere you can face this.
so
But
exactly. So experience is important
yeah,
for
yeah,
us. Like
definitely.
in this,
I understand. I mean, I, I deal the same, madam. When I say same way, I understand that. I feel like I'm not telling I'm not telling that self dabba or whatever. I feel that okay, I am little matured, so I need to handle in a matured way, not rushing way.
exactly.
Because the more you go through challenges, the more maturity comes. You will handle the things in a little better way, not
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
simply
we
going
have
through
to be very,
stress.
very careful and alert.
Yeah,
Your role is there only.
yeah,
How much is there? That much only we have to play. Otherwise, it immediately goes against.
yeah. Correct.
Even in the, as Madam said, the collective way also. How much you have to be there? That much only.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the same situation, it will it comes against to you.
yeah,
These energies are like, currency, it's not that easy to handle the
yeah.
energies. Others' energies are ours energies, how
Madam, this is a big discussion. It is not limited for 1 hour, 2 hours.
long it is
I'm
for
just
us.
telling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so
madam,
much.
can you ask if others want to ask any questions?
Yeah, please. Swapna Garu, any questions? And there is somebody iPhone. Swapna Garu? So I think they are not here. All right. So if
Okay.
no
Sure.
questions, then
Yeah.
we'll make a move. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
this Pournami meditation and Pournami discussions and are very, very fruitful. And it is, it gave really good, uh, good
One more
discussion.
time to imbibe this
Exactly.
So
meditation to
the
us.
takeaway is like, we should have a
Yes.
discussion on pre-soul planning and the free will on another day.
Exactly. Sometime, we will make it. I
Yeah.
definitely try to do this. So
Yeah.
we will talk more about it,
Yes.
because we should know what we are doing is right or wrong. It's not the wrong, but is it right?
Yes.
Or, or are we, deviating from what we have to do it? So this is
Yeah.
very important to discuss.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
thank
you,
you.
Ratna Garu, for a
Thank
good
you, everyone.
discussion.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, madam.
Sukumar.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Everybody,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.